So Bunker Hill Community College has 14,000 students. The average age of the students is around 28, 29. They're all students, and that's what they have in common. But one week I had a student living at the airport, a student living in their car, and a student, it was summertime, living under the bleachers at some football stadium. They don't have a roof over their head at times, and they definitely do not have a lot of food. We have a program we call Eat Smart, Be Smart, to try and get students to realize that we're there to help, because if they're not eating, no matter how great the school is with different incentives that we have and different programs, if they're not eating, they're not going to succeed. But asking for help, you put yourself in that position, is hard for many people. They can't necessarily ask for help. They'll go to a professor and say, I can't do my homework this week because I'm living on someone's couch and I can't get it done. The professor will bring the student to us, which is wonderful. But having the bread that comes from this program makes it easy, because everyone, you can come to my office for whatever, but you can come for bread constantly. We have a special donor who now donates peanut butter and jelly. So with your bread and the peanut butter and jelly, we have students in there all day long. And then, by the way, they'll ask us questions. Could you possibly help, because I've got 2 little kids and this and that. So when you asked before, what is this bread? It is so much more than bread. It is a way to bring a community together. It's a way to start the conversation of, I need help, can you help me? It is a way to give them back their dignity. Because when a group of people are coming in all day long to get food, and it's nothing, and people are laughing and joking, because we're now a center where, you can just come in and tell us what's going on. It's the bread that brings them together. I wrote down a few different names. You want to know who you're helping? Because my one regret is that you're not with me to hear the stories of some of the students. A young woman came. She's the mother of 2 kids. Her husband lost his job, and she didn't know what to do. She didn't want to take the bread. She said there were more people that needed more than I do. We had a conversation. She loved the bread. A wife. She's in the nursing program. She had to cut down her hours in order to do the clinic. She's having trouble. This bread is a lifeline, because it's not only bread, because if they can get bread, they then have money for meat. They then have money for fruits and vegetables. So the bread has a big, it just falls down. It's like dominoes in a very, very positive sense. A student who came to us because his mother was in the hospital, he didn't have enough money to pay for transportation, because while she was in the hospital, she wasn't working. So the bread was a lifeline for him. And besides, you're talking about Arlington, I'm talking about Bunker Hill, but we have 800 international students at Bunker Hill. So when you think about feeding people, you're feeding the world, because we call you, so our wonderful word for what you all do is your bread fairies. The bread comes, and it's dropped in my car. I met Michael tonight. He was telling me how he drops it at someone's house, and I was like, that would be me. Or you drop it at the college. It goes to so many people that are so grateful. Yesterday, due to snafu, the bread didn't come till later. That was my fault. And all day long, it was wonderful to see how many people were coming in. Because when they come in to take bread, we don't necessarily know it, but when they go, it's not here yet. It makes an impact. I said, come back later, it'll be here. So you're feeding the world. We have one student, his wife died in Kenya. He's here as an international student. He's scrambling. We have a student from Bangladesh who doesn't have any food at times because they're international students, and when things get difficult at home, the money doesn't get sent here. We had another student who came from, she's been off methadone for 18 months. She's struggling to be a student, and she is terribly grateful as she raises her son for the bread. Another woman, her husband is now arrested due to domestic violence. She's struggling with her young son. But all these different stories, these are all students. They understand the importance of getting an education in order to move up the ladder, get out of poverty, and you're all part of that. So whenever you hear of a student from Bunker Hill, I think you should take pride in the fact that you're helping students not only eat, but to get an education and to get out of poverty and the ladder. And to all the bread fairies, you have no idea how much you're helping. If you ever want to come to Bunker Hill and just check it out, contact Julie or Deanne and just come over and say hello. We have a food pantry now that is really mushroomed and grown because of you and the food that's there. Other students know about us, so as community service, they're constantly raising money to buy food for us. So it's now become such a great program, but truly, really, from the bottom of my heart, I really thank you. And one of the questions you asked before, what is this program to people? What is FoodLink? And I thought it's the answer to so many prayers that you have no idea. I know people pray to thank you in their hearts that they really appreciate it. So thank you. Thank you. Come visit anytime and see what we do. Appreciate it.